a brief introduction of Parveen Smith, and she is a global speaker and a certified neuroscience coach. And she has won a global award for her humanitarian work. And she overcame multiple physical health challenges and traumas. And she is actually awarded with a Powerhouse Global Award in 2023 for empowering women. So that's really great, Parveen. That's really nice to hear also. That's great. And now she's before us. She's going to present. And Parveen, it's yours. You can start working.
Thank you, everybody. For some reason, my camera is not working, so it's quite unusual. Usually it works on Zoom. I just want to say thank you very much for having me here, and I'm sure that you can hear me quite well. We'll have the slides up now, please, if that's okay.
Definitely. We will do it for you.
Thank you.
Just a second. We are going to open it.
Wonderful. As we are getting the slides up, I just wanted to share something with you all. Now, yes, I have been doing my work for 24 years as a mentor. I was a mentor in schools, and I understood the importance of emotional well-being. So my story goes back really, I want to just give you this backdrop a little bit because this will make sense in why I'm doing what I'm doing. Emotional and mental well-being makes a massive impact on our body system. And as I was working with children, it was the most rewarding thing I could do to help them to navigate life at such a young age in primary school. I unfortunately became sick and I lost years of my life. I'm going to put that down to not looking after me emotionally, mentally, and through the traumas that my body system went through. So over the last 20 years or so, more so, I have been doing this work with AOT. And I want to explain something to you because on a level, when we're looking into medical and science, we forget to look at things holistically. For me, looking at things holistically is very, very important. We may miss some things out when we're just focusing on one area where the pain is or the discomfort is or where the problem is. And we may not see the human body as the mind, the body, and the soul all integrated. So for me, this is an important subject matter, and it's been a lifelong journey to share this with the world of how, through my disabilities, I became well again, and also how this has worked for many of my clients. And a lot of people are left wowed to see how can this actually medically and scientifically happen. Let me reassure you, I have given many talks to GPs, doctors, nurses, and the medical sectors around the world. I have also have oncologists who look at my work, as in from a distance, from a patient point of view, and say, why are you so well, Mr. So-and-so? And it's only when Mr. So-and-so will say, I go to see Parveen at Soul to Soul Wellbeing, and she does that AOT method. What we have seen here is that there is an absolute difference between a person who has got cancer and another person got cancer at the same time, a person who has AOT method and a person who does not have AOT method. You can see a remarkable difference. Now, I'm talking about cancer at this moment, but this is not just about cancer. This is about the diseases in our body systems or in people's body systems. And a lot of this will stem from emotional and mental traumas or discomforts or experiences or situations a person has gone through. And we can actually relate this really quite finely, I would say, to our younger years, although we are very much aware that emotional mental disturbances and traumas, PTSD, can happen at any point in our lives. So as a transformative leader, and this is my method that saved my life 20 years ago, we're looking at cellular rejuvenation. So we're looking at how, if we treat only one part of the body, from a medical or scientific point of view, are we actually treating the whole? From my awareness over the last 20 years, I know what works on a holistic level. So we're discovering how our body's natural healing mechanisms do actually work. And it is actually with the awareness. And when I look at optimization, we're optimizing the body system to function at its highest level as possible during each session. And during each session, that's when the transformations will come in. We're enhancing the cellular rejuvenation. And it is absolutely about improved well-being so that we can maintain a healthy lifestyle. And of course, as I always say, longevity of life. Next slide, please. So we will look at your body's defense team. What is it? We all have an immunity. We all have an immune system. But sometimes when our body's gone through stress or trauma, upsets, whatever we want to call it, the defense and the immunity is lessened. You probably already know this, but what I want to do is today share this information of how AOT is working with us. So imagine your immune system as your personal security team is constantly on the lookout for invaders. True, you may relate to this. The viruses, the bacteria, and the toxins. And of course, what we're looking at here, it spots something, but it needs to also spring into action because it's on the defense. We look at the white blood cells are like your frontline soldiers and attacking and neutralizing the threats. So when you get a cut, we've all been through this, we cut ourselves accidentally or we graze ourselves, and your immune system sends reinforcements to prevent infection. And of course, we know that wound needs cleaning. We'll do all the normal things that we do to avoid the infection in the first place. But also, to prevent infection, we've got to look at the healing process. So we may wash it and we may leave it, but the defense team is there to help that recovery. Exosomes are natural vesicles that are released by the cells into the extracellular environment. And we're looking at how there's a signaling between the cells and activating the immune system to be stronger. I want to explain this about the defense team because everything we do with AOT is looking at how we can make our body system and our cells stronger. Next slide, please. So your body is remarkable, actually, and it's only when we're in the right space, emotionally, mentally, and physically, can our body be healthy and well and maintained. The body's remarkable regeneration is this. So we're going to look at different things here, but very, very briefly, I am not a doctor, I am not a scientist, but what I will share with you is what I have been looking at for the last 20 years or so. And we've seen differences in many parts of the body system, not in just one area. So when we look at skin renewal, the skin cells regenerate roughly around 27 days or so, and they're constantly replacing old layers. So when a skin specialist or a dermatologist or somebody on that level, and even in the skin clinics are looking at things, they're looking at many different things. Simply, there is a regeneration going on in the skin cells. When we're looking at blood regeneration, so the red blood cells live about 120 days or so before being replaced. And we are consuming the foods, the nutrients that we need as well to keep our body system healthy and well as the blood. We're looking at the liver growth here. And the liver is regenerating, and it's known as a superstar because it can regrow from just 25% of its original tissue, so it's known as. We know that we've got to look after the liver. I see quite a few cancer patients, and when they come to me, when they've had the longevity of life and then the lifetime is coming to an end, and when they say to me, Parveen, it's gone to my liver now, we know it's all about maintaining and keeping them happy, content to the best that we possibly can till the end of life care. I'm going to share with you now skeletal renewal. Bones are remodeling continuously. So with a full skeletal renewal every 10 years or so. Now, you will have your own views on this as well, I'm imagining, but let me just share this with you, because when we see people with skin problems, we look at people who have got cancers or diseases. We have seen people who have had strokes. Even heart patients have come to us privately. We're looking at also on the bone level, when we've worked with footballers and all of a sudden they've had the operation and the advice is you must not go and do any exercise just yet. They came to us, and what we did see was that using AOT on them, the rejuvenation and renewal was much quicker. Even though they were given weeks not to play any sport, they went back to play sport much earlier. Now, why am I sharing this with you? because I'm sharing this because I know how remarkable the body can be when it's under less stress on an emotional and mental level. Next slide, please. So we're looking at healing in action. So the word healing is a big, broad word. In some spaces, you may not be allowed to use it, but in fact, in reality, all of our body systems need healing constantly. And when we have a wound, what is happening to it? It's actually healing, and the action is taking place. In this particular slide, we're looking at inflammation responses. So inflammation kicks in to protect and clean the injured area. You know, when you have a wound or you've had a bruise or a bump and it becomes inflamed, we're looking at this from the point of view that there's something happening in that area. It's trying to fix. It's trying to be as healthy as probably best it can be. And the inflammation comes in, of course, as a natural response. We're looking at the cellular repair. So stem cells and specialized cells begin rebuilding tissues as well. With AOT, what we can say, it has actually worked on a cellular level. It really does work at that level. I will give you some experiences in a short while. Now, looking at tissue remodeling. New tissue is strengthened over time for complete healing. The healing process for some people will be quicker, for some people it may take that little bit longer. So it also depends on the illness of the body, the dis-ease of the body, and how long has that person been in this inactive space or injured space or not so well space. Many people will go to the GP, the doctor and consultants and have the first point of call in looking at what is wrong medically and scientifically and how can they be fixed or healed. A lot of the time, doctors may give medication and that medication may respond to those areas. Now, what we're looking at here is we do not use medication and we actually say, please go and see your doctor, please go and see your physio, and please get the help you need. What we do is we bring healing into action in a particular way where the body system starts to rejuvenate. So, next slide, please. AOT is a cellular reset. Now, scientifically, people are starting to understand my work. I have had scientists who have come to trial my system. I spoke to the scientist just 2 days ago, and it reset his body system. It did lots of great things for his nervous system, actually. So it's a cellular reset. So the nervous system governs how the body perceives and responds to stress. Our world is full of stress right now because the outside world is affecting us on the inside. Our inner harmony gets disturbed because of what we see in the news, what's happening worldwide, maybe what's happening in the household. The conflicts and the arguments not also happen in the big wide world, it can happen within our own four walls. When that stress comes in, it's how the body perceives it and how it responds. A lot of us are highly stressed because we just don't know how to regulate our systems. So when dysregulation happens, especially commonly in trauma and anxiety, chronic illnesses, as I've already mentioned, it's heightened. Your body system becomes a tiny bit of a mess and it's wondering, where am I right now? I'm keeping this simple because I like to work in a simple manner. So when it's dysregulated through trauma or chronic illnesses, and trust me, I'm speaking from lived experience myself, and I know what prognosis I was given, and I know how quickly I recovered with this AOT cellular reset. Also, we're looking at the trauma that we may have had would have been emotional and mental, but without a failure, it will hit the physical body system. Without a failure, it will have an impact on the internal organs and any part of the body, in fact. So what we want to do is we want to stop people suffering to the level that they are suffering or have been suffering. And it's about resetting. So when we can, we look at how to repair and how to build the rejuvenation back into the immunity, into the immune function, into the inflammation function and control, and at a cellular level. So AOT, I'll put it very simply. It is awareness that what is happening to us, optimizing our body systems to function to the highest level, and going through a transformation. Now, people may think about, but what is transformation? It's like being in one space. For example, you're not doing well, you're not well emotionally, mentally, or your body system is not functioning. And we're transitioning to a space where you are transforming to a better space for the functioning to happen, to having the control of the body system and to feel happier and at freedom of disease or illnesses. We're looking at this will help recalibrate, absolutely recalibrate your whole system, your body system from head to toe. We're looking at shifting clients from a certain space and into a healing state. This is a state that most people want to be in a harmony. We have so much going on in the outside world. Do we need to absorb anymore? But if we had control of our body systems and we knew there was a way, we will definitely be in a better space. Why are we using AOT? Because we know it works. It's been working for 20 years. And we are in our community helping people to reset their body systems. We are reducing the waiting lists. So they're not waiting for the doctors for so long. We are getting them to a certain stage where they can cope with something. They still keep their appointments with the doctors. They still keep their appointments with the hospitals. We are not advocating you don't see anybody else. We want them to seek medical advice as well. Next slide, please. So the benefits of the healing state. We know inflammation before and after, it can be completely different. I had a lady in London who had a car accident on the M25. Sadly, the driver passed away and she survived. Now, as I reached out to her, just as a normal check-in, she was in trauma. She was in shock, huge shock. Her whole chest was swollen. And I started working with her, 2 or 3 sessions. Her swelling went down rather quickly because they could not do any scanning or x-rays on her whatsoever because her body system was too swollen. So I worked on her really quite quickly. And then within 2 sessions, we could see a difference. And she even felt the pain minimized as well as the inflammation. Now, this is because we're working on a cellular level. We are regenerating the body system all the time, but we also know that the body can regenerate and repair in its own right, because we're going into that state of healing, which the body can naturally do. But what we are doing is we are enhancing that so that they are getting quicker but prolonged effects as well. So inflammation levels decrease, allowing for better cellular function and that communication between the cells. Improved recovery functioning. So we have noticed also when people are going through stress, trauma, PTSD, for example, like this lady did, she couldn't sleep. Her digestion was very poor and the whole body system seemed to be out of sync and she needed help. She was in trauma mode. So what did we do? We came to her help. We gave her the best help possible. She went for a medical test. With time, she got better and better and better. So we're looking at improving sleep. When we are sleeping, we are rejuvenating. The whole body system is intricately working for us, not against us in reality. But it's about getting the right help at the right time. And with the system of AOT, we are, believe it or not, we are detoxifying and enhancing the cellular levels, creating essential foundations. This is definitely what we've seen in people, the cell repair. Next slide, please. So neuroplasticity and on a cellular health level, we are aware. Each human being will go through their own stresses and traumas within this lifetime, and we don't know when they're going to come in. But when they do, your body system may go into, or their body system may go into shock. Why is this happening to me? I was not expecting this. Grief, it could be absolutely anything. So through the intentional awareness, AOT taps into the neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself. A lot of people say, is this affirmations? No. Is this mind talking to the mind over and over again? No, it's not. It's more than that. So when a person works with us, or when we work with a person in person or on Zoom, it works. We are tapping in to the person's awareness and we are rewiring them. We are helping their body system to reset. And the thymus gland, the pituitary gland, and also in different parts of the organs. So the transformation is all about reprogramming the body system. We look at the emotional state of the person, we look at their physiology, and looking at the responses. We ground it into their body system, and that's how we get the results. Cellular impact. Results include reduced stress. So we're looking at reducing the stress, improving the hormonal balances and energy. One of the things our cancer patients always say, they have more energy after each session. Next slide, please. What are our measurable results? You know, we forget. People are human beings. We have emotions. We have a way of saying how well we feel or how well we don't feel. Now, when clients first come to us, they come to us, we see doctors, by the way, I see nurses, we see detectives, police officers in high ranking. I've worked with a fire brigade, with all sectors of our communities. And we ask them the simple question, it's really simple, how did you feel? And when they say, I feel really bad, out of 10, the scale 1 to 10, how do you feel? 10 being really good, 3 is not too brilliant, actually 5 is in the middle. And they'll say 2 or 3 to start off with. When we've worked with them in that 1 hour, their numbers will double and they will sense with themselves how they feel. Don't forget, our body is a feeling mechanism. When we feel illness in the body, we go to see a GP or a consultant because we know something isn't right. So this is one of the biggest tellers of our body system that speaks to us, that gives us the information that we want. So we can speak about it, whether I feel ill or whether I feel well. So feeling better is what they usually say after the sessions. And they can see it in them. The whole body system changes, the features change, the stress levels have gone down. We can even check it on our big technical watches now, what's happening to the body system, which we've been proving it for a while, and the cellular communication is regulated. We're observing this, that the rejuvenation is definitely happening, and it's definitely on an emotional and traumatic level, it's happening. We are reducing the illnesses in the body system that people are harboring because of their mental, emotional struggles. I would like to share one story with you. So I have a lady, and she was she was a receptionist. She was working there for a while. She became sick. They said she had lupus. Then they said she had a lymphoma. She should have been stage 4. Guess what? She's over the last 10 years, she's still stage 3 with our help. Now, they cannot believe why she's still so well. She couldn't even get out of bed. With our help, she now gets out of bed and she can now even look after her grandchildren periodically. She is still alive. She's still healthy. We have her testimonial. We know what she's doing with herself. And this is a proof that living healthier with AOT really does matter. It's not always just the emotional mental, but we know we've seen this. It starts from that, which is then harbored into the body system, which causes a dis-ease in the body, the uneasiness. And the physical body system knows what's going on because the body is giving signals. The body is speaking a language. And then that language is given into, how do you feel? I feel like this. So we're looking at restoring rejuvenation over and over again. Our patients and clients walk away feeling happier. If we could have more nurses trained in complementary ways to help patients, wouldn't it be amazing? It would be amazing. And this would reduce the health system under pressure. If we could do this more and more and train people, if it doesn't have to be nurses, it could be practitioners trained into society or hubs or hospitals or hospices, and we could actually help our communities. Now, our clients' approach is that we can help them to get the input quicker, to bring longevity of life. It's about maintaining health in the way that we know has been working for us for 20 years. They can have full access to the National Health Service as well. We are happy to work with the National Health Service. As I said, I've given many talks globally about the work that we do and continue to do so. Our society is benefiting from what we do, whether they're in our local community or worldwide. Through Zoom, we work with people. Clients' well-being and the state of mind is the most important thing to me. And I know what they say before the sessions and after the sessions. Next slide, please. I think that might be the last, actually. Okay, so this is where we are. Measurable results for future potential. Let's wake up. Let's help people live a healthy, long life. We do not always need to focus on being sick, and we're a sick generation of people. There's a way around this. It's all about the awareness, optimization, and transformation, which is a formula that we train people in to become practitioners, and even they can use it for themselves or take it out further into the world, and let's save lives. Thank you. That's me, Parveen Smith, your global speaker, transformative leader in health and well-being.
Wow, that's really great, Parveen, and it's really excellent presentation, and we could understand a lot about the things. And that's really great that you are here today and you presented an excellent topic. And I guess like people who are there, if you have any questions, you can just mail us and we will send it to Parveen, and the replies we will share it with you. So I guess it's an excellent presentation, and I want the people here to give a huge round of applause for this.
Thank you. Really appreciate that. I am more than happy to answer any questions from any sector, because I know that we have done some studies as well. It's not just coaching. This is deeper than that. We go into a cellular level. Thank you.